There comes a moment in every healing journey when you realize you're not just recovering, you're in a battle for your very essence, your very existence. So I got a question to ask y'all before we start this video. Are you ready to truly fight for your life? What's up, y'all? My name's Dontre. Welcome to my channel, Finding Yourself Again, where we focus on hope, healing, and recovery from toxic, traumatic relationships, trauma, abuse, neglect, childhood abuse, narcissistic abuse, things of that nature, right? And today I wanted to address something, man. I wanted to talk about a video topic that I know was very important, right? And so today's video is going to be about fighting for your life and how this relates to these things like trauma, abuse, neglect, and stuff like that. So I want to address the definition of fight for your life. So what's important to note is this isn't about physical combat. It's a profound internal struggle, and to fight for your life in this context means to actively and fiercely defend your mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being against the forces of past trauma, neglect, and abuse. It's the relentless pursuit of self-preservation and thriving when everything within you and around you has tried to diminish you. It's refusing to let your past define your future and taking back control of your narrative and your worth. So I'm going to talk about what this relates to most. This concept relates most profoundly to the courageous journey of healing from the deep wounds left by toxic relationships, narcissistic abuse, borderline dynamics, childhood trauma, unhealthy family patterns, and various mental health challenges. It's about recognizing that healing isn't passive. It's an active daily choice to reclaim your power and build a life free from the shadows of your past. So the purpose of this video is to empower y'all to recognize that your healing journey is a fight. It's a fight for your peace, your authenticity, and your future. We're going to explore what it truly means to engage in this battle and how you can equip yourself with the resilience and self-compassion needed to win. This video aims to inspire you to actively reclaim your power and commit to your own freedom. So I'm going to talk about a little bit about my experience with fighting for my life, right? I've done this mentally, and I've also been in, I would say some serious environments, right? Traumatic environments, PTSD moments, stuff that didn't even have nothing to do with the relationship, So like many of you, I've walked a path where fighting for my life, it wasn't an option, it was a necessity. And from navigating complex family dynamics and the impact of the past relationships rooted in narcissistic and borderline patterns, to confronting my own mental health diagnoses of major depression, GAD, CPTSD, and substance abuse, I've learned firsthand that reclaiming your life after trauma requires an unwavering commitment to self-preservation and growth. My own journey of intensive therapy, self-reflection, and continuous learning has shown me that truly fighting for your life means choosing yourself every single day, no matter how hard it gets. I've had a lot of different struggles with this, without going too in depth and in detail with everything. I could say that my past toxic relationship had a major impact, on my well-being and my motivation to live, right? But now I have a new motivation to live. I got supporters, I got family, I got loved ones that, so I got things going on for me, so my life ain't tied up into so and so no more, right? My life is tied up into myself and what I have going for myself. And for a lot of us, like in particular minorities and things like that, like we go through a lot, and a lot of times we don't enter life into healthy family dynamics. That's something that I'm trying to change. If I ever have a family, I'm gonna make sure that there's a solid, strong foundation right there, and make sure that my partnership is healthy. So I'm gonna talk about some key points, unique information, and skills to help you with this. So let's talk about redefining fight from reaction to proactive reclamation. So understanding that this fight isn't about external battles, it's an internal shift from reacting to past wounds to proactively building a future of your design. Identifying the enemy within, internalized trauma and limiting beliefs. Recognizing how the voices of past abuse like narcissistic, neglect, etc. can become internalized and sabotage your progress, and the importance of confronting these self-limiting narratives. These are things that you're telling yourself that you've heard consistently over time, so you start to believe it. You're going to have to confront those and change those. Next, we're going to talk about the power of radical acceptance as a weapon. I'm always talking about radical acceptance. This is why. Accepting what was and what is, like the end of therapy, the loss of a job, or financial struggles, is not a surrender, but a strategic move that frees up energy for moving forward. Building your inner sanctuary, non-negotiable self-care. Emphasizing that self-care ain't a luxury, but essential armor and substance for this ongoing battle, including practices like journaling, reading, setting routines, setting boundaries, and nurturing hobbies. Grieving the could have been as a liberating act. The critical step of allowing yourself to mourn the life you thought you would have, the relationships you wished were healthy, and the childhood you wished you deserved. To fully release yourself from their hold. Finally letting these things go, right? Cultivating self-compassion. Treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a loved one, especially during difficult moments. Boundary setting, internal and external. Learning to protect your energy and space from both internal influences and your own negative thought patterns. Emotional regulation techniques. Developing strategies to manage intense emotions that arise from past trauma and current challenges. A really good one for that is journaling. Mindfulness and presence. Anchoring yourself in the present moment to avoid getting pulled back into past pain or future anxieties. That's having that mindfulness in that moment, right? Resilience building. The ability to bounce back from setbacks, learning from mistakes, and maintaining perseverance on your healing journey. That's that resilience right there. So we explain how fighting for your life is a profound internal commitment to reclaim your mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being from the grip of past trauma and abuse. It's about redefining the fight, confronting internalized beliefs, embracing radical acceptance, and building your inner sanctuary with non-negotiable care. Remember, grieving what could have been is not a weakness, but a powerful step towards liberation. Remember, your life is worth fighting for. Every single step you take towards healing, every boundary you set, every moment of self-compassion you offer yourself, that is you fighting for your life. You have the strength, the resilience, and the spirit to not just survive, but to truly thrive. So I hope y'all took something from this video. I gotta cut it short. My time's running out, but make sure y'all are practicing radical self-care, self-acceptance, self-love, treating yourself, nurturing yourself, eating healthy, nutritious foods, exercising, and ultimately learning who you are. Stay tuned. I'm dropping content daily, man, on this channel. And you can check out my YouTube and everything else, all my other links. See y'all. Bye.